This is Smithee.tv.
Hey, I'm Kenny Robinson. You're checking out Breaking Down the News on Smithee TV. I'm here with my old running buddy. He used to come and pick me up when his old raggedy ass car back when he was younger and I was
It wasn't
still
raggedy.
old.
It was a dope ass 1982 Cutlass Supreme Broham plush interior seating.
You told me it was raggedy when you picked me up. You said, I know my car is raggedy, but he used to pick me up and take me out to drink or something. So anyway, Jean-Paul, ladies and gentlemen, he's actor, writer, stand-up comedian. Used to work for the embassy.
Yes.
So, just much more than a funny comic. And a man of opinion and intelligence.
I try.
And we have to ask you about this thing now. So, were you out of town for Caravan and for all the stuff that went down with Drake and the after party?
I was out of that vicinity, but I was in town.
I love when he says I was out of that vicinity. Didn't nobody see me in the area of the after party?
But no, I was in town. I was definitely in town. We had as we always do.
Family in.
Yeah, we had family in. It's a huge, obviously it's a huge Caribbean thing, and my father-in-law puts out a mass band and has girls and beads and feathers and dancing behind trucks and stuff. So I kind of
And the father-in-law's been doing this how many years?
He's been doing it for a while, actually.
Hey.
But so yeah, I like to be around. Anybody who knows me, hence my nicknames, Tobago Slim, hence the whole island hipster. I'm a very big
Supporter of
supporter
all things
of
Caribbean,
yeah.
especially Trinidadian.
Yeah, exactly. So I still love the music, still enjoy the energy and stuff like that. But what I don't enjoy is what's happening to the actual festival, if that's what we're calling it now. So.
Okay, well, right now we'll just talk about Drake, and then we'll
Let's
complain
do it.
about the festival later. Okay, so the shooting goes down at the after party, as you told me, an unofficial after party, which you never mentioned in the papers. So after about 2-3 days, there was a buzz. Why doesn't Drake say something? Why doesn't Drake say something? Just the same way how every time if there's a black person that shoots or robs a white person or rapes a white person, where's Al Sharpton now? How come Jesse's got nothing to say about why doesn't Spike Lee step forward? So there's always that kind of response. But this time, Crime Stoppers, drop a dime, rat somebody out, we'll give you a check.
Oh, no.
They came out and they posted and they're saying Drake, the pressure became for Drake to step forward, say something, ask for the shooters to come forward. And they're asking, like, could you tell people to stop shooting? And Drake actually he took quite a bit of heat over this. So what are your feelings on that?
I think it was. I think it's unnecessary. Like I said, and I'm not defending Drake, and I'm not defending his. Well, I mean, eventually he did put out a statement, but my whole thing is that I don't think he didn't ask anybody to shoot anybody. And I mean, if anybody who really, really listens to Drake's music knows it's just entries out of his diary.
And he's not really a gunman.
He's not. Yeah, he's not a gangster rapper.
No.
He's, I mean, he's not crooning. Why don't you pull out your gun? And he doesn't say. He sings to girls. He sings about girls. So anybody who was at that party, who was going, and popped off the shots or whatever, that could have happened at OVO Fest. That could have happened at a Hot 97 party. That could have happened, somewhere on Queen Street, somewhere on Richmond Street. You know what I mean?
It was bound to happen. It had nothing to do with where they were attending.
I agree.
But for some reason, the media in this town felt like it was.
But it was also.
A race thing?
I think it's a rap thing because it was the hottest party. Drake, bar none, right now is probably the hottest person in the music industry in the world right now.
Hotter than Kanye?
Oh, hell yeah, for sure. Kanye is Kanye, but I mean, right now...
As far as selling records...
As far as selling
and
records,
being heard.
as far as online presence, as far as anything he does going viral, and then you add in the whole Meek Mill beef, and he just crushed Nicki
Think Meek
Minaj's...
sent some gunmen?
Nah, definitely not. He ain't making that kind of money yet.
Because Meek said, "Are you prepared to die for this beef like Tupac and Biggie?"
But he's also just trying to save face as well. But I just think because it was the hottest event, OVO Fest is like one of the hottest tickets that you can get, and I think everybody who's anybody, whether it be gunman to lover man to hot girls to video hoes to you name it, to not video hoes to people who just I really like Drake, wanted to be at this party. And Toronto's a small place, as they call it, the Six. So people are going to see people that they don't necessarily want to see. I mean, hell, I go to comedy clubs and open mic nights, and I see comedians that I don't even want to
But you
fucking
never
see.
bust a cap on no one.
I didn't say I don't want to, but
Not in a few years.
yeah, not in a few years. So, but I get it. You know what I mean? And the whole braggadocio. I don't even know how to pronounce that. That goes with the whole gangster and gunman and your pants sagging and all that kind of stuff. You either put up or shoot up, literally. See, white people stuff is falling.
Just started dropping
stuff.
things at the idea that it
Violence. Oh my God.
In the studio. But I don't know. I mean, to me, first of all, I just love the whole way the city was at war when Kanye was like announced to close. Because everybody always hated Drake. It seemed like there wasn't much love from Drake from a large portion of this city. And then all of a sudden, when Kanye's announced, they're like, "But why not Drake?" It's like if they had to pick one. I mean, the only way Kanye could have been, the only person who would have been less popular than Kanye, like I said, would have been if they had asked Chris Brown to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
So it seemed like there was that one. I don't know if it's all media or just.
I figure the reason they probably didn't ask Drake to close the Pan Am Games is because he wants to sell tickets to OVO Fest. And if I'm performing for free and I could go see him at City Hall, why the hell do I need to go see him at OVO Fest?
I heard it was Drake that actually said, "Let me hook up Kanye for you."
Hilarious.
So
They should have had Will Smith close that shit out. Is what they should have did.
Oh, Will ain't really rapped in a while though. He's too busy closing out his marriage, isn't he?
Oh, stop it.
We don't know the gossip. So then Drake went and made the apology. First of all, this whole idea about Drake has to be the spokesperson.
I think that's crazy
for all things hip hop.
I think that's crazy.
He's supposed to say yes and take your vitamins and say your prayers.
I think that's crazy. I wouldn't say I was upset when he made the thing, but again, that's just something I would expect Drake to do. Because he just seems to, like I mentioned earlier, he's just got that kind of empathy and ethos to want to say, hey, I feel bad about it. And he probably cried, you know what I mean? So,
but, like I was defending him not
his
speaking.
His statement was wet with tear marks.
I was defending him on Facebook for not speaking. I said maybe his legal advisors have told him not to, and then people hit me with that's bullshit because when they had 11 people killed at the Who concert, the Who, they right away went and said they were sorry. And then when Whitesnake had all those people get burnt up, Whitesnake didn't waste any time saying they were sorry. And then...
well, fuck that. It was an after party. It wasn't at OVO Fest. If it happened at OVO Fest, then yeah, maybe I'll give you that. But I mean, it was an after party.
You think it's going to affect his financing for OVO? Because he's a lot of festivals that can't get any money. Like there ain't no money for no comedy festival.
I think what'll affect it is if it adversely I don't think it's going to affect the economy. I think if OVO Fest is
affect the budgeting and the doling out of
I don't think
grants?
so. I don't think so. The fact, how I know Drake was important? The fact that I knew it happened at an OVO Fest after party. For those who didn't see, air quotations were used. But
explain what an after party is for some of my Caucasian guests.
So basically, when someone has an event, the event is so well that they figured, hey, let's keep the party going, and we'll move it to a different establishment where we'll play music and sell alcohol, so therefore somebody else can make money off of just the piggyback off the euphoric attitude they just enjoyed at the said event that just passed.
And hopefully gunplay.
And gunplay. But the reason I knew Drake is so well liked is for the first, it was either at least minimal 2, maybe 3 or 4 days that they didn't even mention. They just mentioned where it was. They didn't mention that it was a Drake OVO after party. Yes, they didn't mention Drake at all. So I was like, holy shit.
The owners got that kind of swing.
I don't know if it's the owners got that swing because I said where it was. You know what I mean? So, but they didn't say Drake. They didn't attach Drake to it right away.
That used to be where the mayor used to like to go and have his after parties after a hard day of coming into work late at noon.
Oh, they would have sold his ass out, his big fat ass out they would have sold Ford's ass out a long time ago. But with Drake, he's just so well liked and such a nice gentleman that I don't think they want to attach that to
him.
Didn't
know the difference between him and Kanye. Which, right? When he was introducing Kanye as a guest and he'd grown up in our own Richmond Hill, I'm saying, did this man just say that all niggas look alike to him? But meanwhile, it was Rob Ford. He's so racist, he can't tell the difference between Drake and Kanye.
That's hilarious.
And said, well, Drake got the light skin and the good hair, and Kanye
and a Jewish mom.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel sorry when people always get on Drake with the line, start out with nothing. They're going, well, Richmond Hill.
The start from the bottom. Now we're
Yeah,
here.
but I'm going, yeah, but he lived in a basement in Richmond Hill. He
really
didn't have
did.
one of them big fine houses.
He really did.
And he had to be like the only black in Richmond Hill.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure there's some bar mitzvahs he didn't get invited to.
Some.
What his mother did what a lot of white mothers that have children with black men do when the black men ain't there no more. They move them back into the neighborhood they were comfortable with before they crossed over.
Wow.
Did I just say that? Yeah, I did.
That was deep.
That's why when you see a lot of these Caucasian women with their mixed children out there in Scarborough,
And their
they
shitty
started
hairstyles.
they started out in Scarborough. And they
I
said, well, let
agree.
me go back to it. I can't stay in this part of town anymore. My black ticket's gone.
My pass has been revoked.
It's like the neighborhood I grew up in Chicago was Hyde Park, where the University of Chicago was, a museum, and that was like where Obama lives. They used to call Hyde Park the home of interracial marriages back in Chicago.
It's like Ajax, Ontario.
Is that what Ajax is?
Oh, it's crazy. It is crazy. If you're interracial, that's where you live.
Really?
Yeah. Like
Well, I guess.
they actually move out
Yeah.
families
Makes
that
sense.
are not mixed. They kick them out. So if someone
Right,
makes an
so you can-
application,
So a brother can do his crime in Scarborough and then move to an area where he can't get shot, and then hook up with a white trash woman from Oshawa.
yes,
And she's still close enough that
Yes.
she can go visit her people, but they can't show up at their house 3 a.m. Uninvited because it's a long way from Oshawa to Ajax.
and it's a bylaw.
Yeah, so that's I didn't understand. I just hope we not offend other biracial couples that live in Ajax.
Well, let's just half of them might be angry. But anywho.
It's okay.
But yeah, no, I don't think either way he should have. I don't think he should have made a statement. Just as much as I'm not mad that he did make a statement, but I think it was unfair to ask him to make a statement and to ask people to come forward. I was like, you know what, police, do your fucking job and investigate.
But in the old days, they used to ask like James Brown and Sammy Davis whenever there was a riot, can you tell them to stop? So, so maybe that was just part of the logic. But I'm saying, well, nobody that's gunning down anybody is going to listen to Drake.
No,
If their mother can't tell them not
they
to
won't
shoot
even tell them
somebody,
that they have a Drake album. If you're shooting people, you're not telling people you have a Drake
you shoot
album.
somebody if they request Drake in your car.
Thank you. That's why I shot him.
That's what it was all about. Anyway, folks, we've been dragging Drake through the drudge, and 3Ds, baby. And when we're in the next say 4 weeks, are you going to be playing that in case anybody wants to check you out?
Unfortunately, I'm going to be out of town most of the time. But like I said,
Where? Because this is worldwide.
Ottawa.
WWW.
Yeah, son. So mid-September, I'm going to be Ottawa Yuck Yucks. The weekend after that, I'm going to be at the Vancouver Yuck Yucks, which I'm looking forward to.
First time?
Yeah,
In Vancouver
first
Yucks?
time in Vancouver Yucks. And then a couple weeks after that, I will be right at the Danforth Music Hall for Accent on Toronto for CBC Radio. Laugh Out
Yes.
Loud, which should be very fun.
With our big friend, Big Ange.
Yeah.
Okay, and your website, in case you want to check you out, read what you're doing.
JeanPaulComedy.com, JeanPaul comedy.com. It's my Instagram, it's my Twitter, it's pretty much your mom's postal code. It's everything. Jean Paul Comedy, aka Island Hipster, aka Tobago Slim, aka.
You got enough AKAs to be known by the police. Anyway, folks, I hope that I'm known by the police just because they've been checking this out. Actually, I shouldn't say that. One time, a black cop pulled me over, and I was all worried because I had weed on me and shit. And he said he just this is for my mom, for her leg. But he said he just wanted to meet me. And I said, what kind of shit is that? You ain't got to put the light on and get me all worried and stressed out and
Get your heart rate up.
have my high blood pressure cause my heart to start overworking.
Trying to kill me?
All he wanted to do is meet me. He could have just rolled down his window like every other brother. Kenny! You know, he had to put the siren on in the light. So anyway, and folks, all you gotta do is check us out on Smithee TV if you want to meet me and my guests. Don't go away, John Paul and I'll be right back. We're gonna talk all about the whatever bank sponsored Caribbean carnival it is that you attend.